Hello everybody, welcome to another charting session here on the channel. Today is March 1st, 2024, and I took one really small trade today and decided to not trade after that. It was a loss of only like $8, right? It was just an extremely small loss. So I'm going to go over that and sort of go over my morning bias. So first, if we're looking at the 1 hour, this past couple days we have been in this choppy range. We had strong displacement up, and then on the overnight session we took out all this buy side, right? Took out this external buy side, made new highs, and then we strongly rejected off. And in addition to this, we also created a SMT. So here was the SMT at the time, right? And I was really bearish after this. The only thing that I was a little bit sort of skeptical with was that we took the weekly objective, right? We had this was last week, and the entire weekly objective is two things. One is to take out either the high of the range or the low of the range, okay? So on Friday of last week, we created this high, and then this week we broke this high, right? We broke it in the overnight session. So sometimes after that happens, we may see inefficient action. And what could inefficient action mean? It basically just means it's action that's not really following what the algorithm has it follow, if that makes any sense. So today I saw the sweep, and on this 15-minute, had a strong rejection down, created this 15-minute for value gap. We then tapped up here and we sold off once again. So I was like, okay, we're respecting it. We went all the way down here. And then on this 1 minute, in pre-market at around 8:58, so around 9 p.m. or 9 a.m., I took the trade. And so first I wanted to get my entry in this 1 minute for value gap. And we did not do that. So I missed my entry, went all the way down here. I didn't really want to see it go back up to here, just because that would seem pretty bullish. So I wanted to take an entry into this range. And I actually found out we had an order block exactly at discount. So I put my entry right here. We got an instant sell-off. So I was like, okay, well, this is nice. This is exactly what I wanted to see. We should start heading lower, right? Then we came up, and here we chopped, went down, came up, went down. We were sort of in this uptrend, and I wanted to put my stop up here because I thought we could also tap OTE. So we tapped OTE right here, and we strongly rejected down, and I didn't want to see us move back up. If we were to move back up, I knew we were probably going to be bullish, and also market open was very soon. So if we were to move back up and show any signs of bullishness and also keep this trend, we most likely would get a pump in the morning. So when we got this little small move up, I took my position out, and this was only like $8, super small trade. I was planning to risk about $25, or at the this is probably not 25. At the most, I was like wanting to risk 50. So this is actually probably around 50, and I was hoping to make somewhere in the hundreds. If we were to break this low, I was gonna put my stop at break even, and then if we got displacement down, pulled back to a fair value gap, I would add there and then ride it all the way down, because that would obviously show bearish structure. But that did not happen. So I took this out, and I'm happy I did, because we instantly pumped up. Here was market open. We got a massive pump up, and I was gonna take this long in market open after I stopped myself out of here. But the reason I didn't is because the structure was so bearish that I really didn't think we would head up. But as you can see, that's not what happened. So rejected off this 5 minute, and then we also rejected off, well, we didn't really reject off much here, but we were selling off, right? So I was so bearish. I didn't want to take any bullish trades, but then we got this massive push up, and I wanted to sort of see if this was going to be a model where we push up and then sell right back off, because that does happen sometimes at market open. Like, for example, let's just go to the last market open and see if it happens. Most likely it hasn't, but it would just further prove that it does. So right here, pump up, then we had a sell off down, and we sold off the rest of the day. So usually you'll notice when we have our initial pump, it usually does not continue that way. But here it did. Okay, we just uptrended the rest of the day. So we had this pump up, and I actually just left the market. Like, when we came up here, and we also didn't take this high. I was thinking it was more generated buy side. It was just creating buy side, but I didn't want to take any long, so I just honestly left, and I went to the gym because I have work later today, and I wanted to make time for the gym. So it tapped, and I left somewhere around right here because I just saw action was just kind of slow. It wasn't really going anywhere, and so I left. Right after I left, it came down, tapped into this 1 minute, and this is where people usually would take their entry. So you kind of see this break of structure, right? You have this almost took this high, but it didn't, so that's engineered buy side. Engineered buy side usually means it's going to come back up to there in the future. Tapped this 1 minute, it wicked it, and if this was me, I'd probably take a long after this close, put my stop at probably like this low, and then my first TP I would put at this high, or I would just add to it and trail the stop. And honestly, you could just keep going higher after this. So that is what happened today. Yeah, so this could be an entry you could take. Comes back up, comes back down. Here is where's the 10 o'clock candle? So we had news at 10 o'clock. Right here, this was our news. Massive push up, slight push down. There was just one candle basically. We had this silver bullet for value gap created at 10 o'clock. We sort of did respect it. I mean, not really, but we went in the direction I wanted to go. You could have also taken this small for value gap. And I want to see, this is probably at golden ratio. Let me check. Yeah. So this is around golden ratio. And then we got this breaker as well. So that could be a good second entry. Came back up, tapped this, could be a third entry, right? And it just went up the rest of the day. Here it is now, and I honestly, there's obviously no point of taking any trades right now, so that's why I'm doing the starting session this early. And also I won't be able to do it later. But yeah. So secondly, with this morning bias, I also really wanted us to head into the weekly, I wanted to see a Thank God It's Friday setup, and that did not happen. So we got to push up, right? This is our weekly candle, and I wanted to see us retrace 20 to 30% of the range. So starting at where it was then, I put this, and I wanted to see it go to here. No, it went up to there. So maybe by the end of the day, if that's our new high, we'll see it end out right here. So we may see a little bit of a sell-off, but I'm still not going to take any trades. But yeah, we are now at, once again, all-time highs in the market. There's not much opportunity. I want to see us start to sell back off. I don't want to take any long trades. The good thing with on Monday, though, next week, we have NFP. So I'm going to pull this up real quick. All right. So here was today. We had this 10 a.m. news. And Waller spoke at 10:15. Did that make any reaction? Let me see. No. Okay, Waller does not make any reaction in the market. All right. So that's good to know. But if we go to Monday, we have CPI overnight session. We also have 10-year bond action. Now, I don't know why this shows it's a red folder, but anytime you guys see 10-year bond action, expect a lot of volatility. This is at 10:35 p.m. though, so it might not. Plus, there's no point of that. So you don't got to worry about that tomorrow. But it is it doesn't say on here, but what's it called? Let me try to see what it's called real quick. It's like NFP Monday. What does NFP stand for in Forex? Even though I'm trading futures. Non-farm payrolls, that's right. Non-farm payrolls, okay. So, anyways, when we have an NFP day, and it's usually on Mondays, we'll usually have good action. I don't know, apart from that, I mean, we really don't have much news. We have just PM news and middle of the night news, but we don't have any actual market news. So, but we do have NFP. So usually NFP has really good action. We'll see how that turns out. But yeah, really, I want to see us sell off just the rest of the day, the rest of tomorrow. We may see a little retracement on Sunday. So here's my guess what's going to happen for the next couple days. So as you know, markets close Saturday. We have the rest of the today, and we also have Sunday. So I think market is going to go to this path tool. Okay. So we're probably going to hopefully sell off. I want us to sell off, maybe reach this 20 to 30%. And then, I don't know if we have an overnight session. No, but Sunday, we may see us retrace, right? Retrace somewhere here. See a little internal structure, right? Here's our internal structure. That's where we head lower. And hopefully on Monday, we get a sell-off. And target this low. And we don't really have any generated sell side because it kept getting taken out. So another thing we could do next week is just generate a bunch of sell side. Meaning that wouldn't really happen though. I mean, you could, but we're not going to go any higher. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Not too confident next week, but if Monday's action's good, we get a good sell-off, then I could see the week going out strong. If we have a pump on Monday, that would just suck. So yeah, that's all I have for this charting session. I hope you guys got something out of this, and I will see you all in the next one.